And moving on to my pick today, that's Netflix. The streaming giant shares, they're moving to the downside. They're off about 1.5%, echoing the declines that we're seeing in the broader market. And it follows a new Wall Street Journal report, which revealed the company plans to reduce its spending by $300 million this year. Netflix, of course, is a notorious spender in the streaming wars, but it's looking to cut costs after pushing that broader password sharing crackdown into the second quarter. According to the Journal, there will be no hiring freezes or layoffs as a result of this pullback, but management has been told to be cautious with their spending. And guys, this is something that we're seeing really across the media sector right now as investors shift focus to profitability and look to stem those streaming losses. We just heard from Disney. They are looking to slash $5.5 billion worth of costs, which include $3 billion in content costs. So this is something we're seeing across the board.
It is something we're seeing across the board, although I will say that Netflix is better positioned than many of its competitors out there when it comes to the streaming space and the fact that they have been profitable now for quite some time. When we talk about the cuts that we're doing, it's also important to put into perspective how small they are in relation to the overall spending that we typically see from Netflix, because operating expenses last year were about $26 billion. So yes, they are moving to be more conservative, but when you take a look at a whole picture, they still will probably be spending a heck of a lot, Akiko.
Well, and I keep wondering, how much of this is influenced by the other. I mean, you talked about the cuts at Disney. Now you've got Netflix. At the end of the day, though, I keep looking at some of the major tech players in the space that aren't pure streaming plays, right? You look at Apple, you look at Amazon. They've got a little more money, especially Apple, to spare here on content at a time when the pure streaming players are having to pull back because of a pullback in ad spending as well. So an interesting one to watch here to see who actually can take advantage of that when some of these names are cutting back on content spending.